Hi, I'm Shelley Young, owner of The Chopping Block, and today I'm going to teach you how to trim a beef tenderloin. Just in case you're not at a butcher or your butcher's in a bad mood and he won't do it for you, this is how you do it on your own. You certainly want to have the proper equipment for this. You need a cutting board that's bigger than the beef tenderloin. You need a boning knife too. This is a thin bladed knife, and what's so wonderful about this knife for this purpose is it's flexible. It bends, and you'll see as I'm trimming this, that really makes this job easier. To start pulling off the outside, you'll see this is just pieces of fat that are actually just sitting on top of the beef tenderloin. You can simply pull them off. But the first step is to remove what they call the chain. And this is just setting on the side of the tenderloin. You can almost just pull it off. It's probably best to do a combination of pulling that off and using your knife so that you're not just ripping the meat up. I'm going to set the chain aside because there's actually some good meat on there. I don't want to waste it. You can see when I got almost all the way up here, I actually cut into it because this section right here, that's called the cap, you can utilize some of that in the cut if you choose. If you want to, you can also trim it all off so that your meat portions, if you're cutting it into steak, look really uniform and nice. The next thing is to remove this silver skin. Really the trick here is I'm going to take and make a cut like so they have something to hold on to. And then what I want to do is I run the knife blade up. The silver skin is so tough that it doesn't cut easily through it, and that way I'm not pulling off a lot of meat. Next step is flipping this over. Usually there's a big piece of fat that rests right under that, where that cap was. I'm going to cut that out. But we'll just go over the top and cut off any excess fat. I'm going to take this tenderloin and roast it whole. But if I were going to cut it into steaks, I would simply go down like this and cut that into steaks against a grain. We cannot get a steak out of this tail, so it doesn't need to be wasted. It just isn't going to be a steak, and it's not going to be a part of the roast unless we do this. The rest of the scrap that we have left here, I will take and clean up, cut any extra fat off that's there. And depending on what I might do with it, I can simply just cut this into cubes, put a little salt and pepper on it, and sear it. And just have a tasty little piece of meat. I can also use this in a taco, I think is one of the best uses. A little stir fry would also be great. And that is how you trim a beef tenderloin.